Okay, I'm going to show you how to work on leash skills with your dog or puppy. She's a puppy that's never been taught any leash skills at all, but a lot of dogs haven't either, so this isn't only limited to young dogs. Get some treats ready. If you're going to go outside, get some really high value treats. I do recommend that there be some foundation things that you work on first, which means you don't just bring a dog that has no training skills at all and start doing leash work, because if they aren't in tune with you in any way, you're going to have a really hard time. You can do it, but it's really not recommended. You really should do foundation work. So the few foundation skills that I really like to work on with puppies, dogs in general, any dog, are focus, where they learn to give you eye contact before they do something, and hand targeting. So, Charlotte, touch, yes. They should know a touch cue, or whatever you want to say, touch, yes. For dogs that are short or small, targeting to an object like a spoon or something is a really good thing. I don't have a spoon. I actually have just been doing hand, so I just break my back and bend over. But it's probably better if you do, things with a spoon or something, because it's longer and you can hold it in. Oh, there goes some ducks. What was that? What's that, duckies? Since she's young, she's only 16 weeks. She's still getting exposed to new things too. What were those things? You can see her palo-erection. She's a little afraid. Some ducks just flew by. Okay, so if you have a dog that doesn't know foundation skills or that is very new to training, I would get on the leash and I would just do a lot of treating, walking backwards, this way. Get them connected with you. Good girl. Good girl. A lot of just rewarding while you have a loose leash. Good girl. You need to hold the leash in this hand, okay? And the dog should really be on your left when you're doing loose leash walking. Of course, if you're going to do a heel, then it's always on the left. Heel is a very strict position. People throw around the word heel, really not knowing what it means, but heel is actually more for competition. You never use heel in daily situations. So really, I don't use the term heel because I'm not doing a heel. I'm doing a loose leash walk next to me where it's comfortable, the dog's not dragging or anything. So I'm going to show you a few things. She does have foundation skills, so keep that in mind if you're training a new dog. I'm going to show you what she normally does, okay? So I'm going to let that go first. She's kind of paying attention, but usually she's all over the place, which most dogs are. Look, she's all tangled up. I think she's still a little distracted by the ducks that flew by a few seconds ago. Good girl. Good girl. So you're going to reward any loose leash and especially any focus on you. Okay, here we go. She goes out in front. This is where you're touched. Good girl. Your targeting can come into play, or they can come back to your hand and touch. Get them back in position. Good girl. She knows a nice sit, so I can teach her to sit when I start. Good girl. Good girl. For dogs that jump up, now of course she's jumping because she's short. She's trying to get the food. But some dogs jump anyway, even when they're not short. If your dog is doing anything, ignore any behavior except for the one you want to reward. Because if you focus too much on the do nots, you're going to get frustrated. Good girl. So we get a distraction, do what you can to distract them. Good girl. And I do a bunch of back and forth and not going in a straight line at first. And doing really short distances. I'm not going to go down the street right now. That's going to be counterproductive. I want to teach her how to walk on a leash with me in a short distance before I start a long distance. Good girl. Good girl. girl. Good girl. So there's just a few little loose leash tips. Like I said, walking backwards is really good because you get the dog right there focusing on you. You can walk backwards and then you can turn and quickly have the dog on your left side. Good girl. So I'll show you that again. So if your dog goes out in front and it's way out there and you don't know what to do, start walking backwards. Then once you get them where you need them, you can walk forward. Good girl. And there you go, voila, she's nicely on your left with a loose leash. Good girl. Good girl. So now what happens if the dog goes to your right? You can use your hand targeting if they know that. Shut it. Pull them back over. Good girl. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. And I'm going to finish with her because she's young and I don't want to do a long lesson. Really short lessons are best.